It's a great podcast, and we're back in the VIP room at New York Prime. We are sponsored by Brayman Motor Cars, Jupiter and West Palm. Remember, they make every experience of buying a car perfect. I am joined with my partner in crime, Ryan Leeds.
He's
back. He's back. I mean, he juggles his schedule to be here all the time, which I really appreciate it, because I wouldn't do it without him unless somebody gave me more money. But we're not going to talk about that, because I'm loyal. I am loyal to my boy. Now, yesterday I saw him at Prime Cigar, Monte Cristo, and he was very passionate. Now, there was some stuff going on. There were a couple people getting together with some mics. And what happened? Like you said, like it was like a Jet game. You said, I got to watch this. I'm like, watch what?
You're talking about the judicial court hearing.
Yeah, the little TP together.
Yeah. One of the guys was rooting for the other team, and I yelled at him.
Yeah, there was a lot of people very involved, very passionate.
Yeah.
I cannot remember, and not that I'm an old guy in any shape or form. I've lived a decent life as far as age. But I can't remember how long it's been that I've seen such passion for kneeling, for the president, for this yesterday.
This world is we've gone a little wacky.
Yeah, but I mean the passion, like you people on
they care.
Yeah,
right.
Like even yesterday at the bar, I hear people back and forth. I'm like, guys, it's not going to change your life, by the way.
The funny thing is, so I sit down, and I'm with guys.
Yeah.
Who they are doesn't matter, because some of the people out there might know them. But they felt it was like watching. You're right. It was like watching a game. Like. You know, I'm just sitting there watching, and they don't know which side I'm rooting for.
No.
But one of the guys was like standing up, going, "Yeah." You know, like jumping around.
Oh yeah,
like,
those guys go like it was a Jet game.
I'm like, dude, I go, sit down.
I would have loved to.
Everyone wants to give commentary.
Yeah.
Like play.
That's a lie. That's true.
Right. Hey, Cosell, sit down.
Yeah.
I don't need a play-by-play.
I mean, the centers, man, they can't dress. They're terrible dressers. Who picks out their
it's
suits?
Not even Brooks Brothers. It's like Men's Warehouse.
Oh, I was like, oh God, dude, how much is your suit? $400?
They don't fit. They're flopping.
God.
The guy Kennedy, Senator Kennedy's clothes are flopping.
Ties don't match.
It looks like just one of those things, like a placard that he put on.
Oh, Jesus.
Right? You got a T-shirt and
somebody's got to look at you in the morning and go, that's not great.
Right. Actually, he said, I'm very uncomfortable unless I'm in my trench coat.
No kidding. It's just great. And then I always think that what happens with a lot of issues in our country, like the kneeling, becomes a black and white issue.
Right.
Now this
is
to
a
me,
male-female issue.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a male-female issue, but it's not a male-female issue. It's a political issue that wasn't even a political issue. It was an investigation to a guy's background to determine whether or not he was worthy to serve on the highest court in the land, which he passed with flying colors. And then this whole situation and circus popped up, and I mean, obviously, I'm trying not to be partisan about it, and trying. I have an opinion about it, obviously.
Oh yeah, and we're spending millions of dollars though, and nobody talks about it.
That's the other thing.
We're spending millions of dollars,
and it's not just.
And I'm getting gas with change.
Hold on,
that's what I don't understand.
It's not just that we're spending millions of dollars. You got 337 million people in the United States. About 180 million of them are adults.
Yeah.
So that's the GDP. That's the people that make the money, that generate the business. That the entire country stood still for 8.5 hours yesterday watching this thing.
I went down it.
There were people. I was driving.
I couldn't meet my bookmaker.
I was
driving. He's watching the Senate. I said, "What are you doing?"
I was driving from the from the east side to the west side to come over when I called you yesterday.
Yeah.
There were people sitting at a stoplight like this.
I believe it.
The light's green.
Yeah.
The whole world stopped being productive.
Yeah.
That's the billions of dollars that it cost us yesterday.
Oh yeah, and I also think everybody worries about their own life. They think about things. I think the whole Me Too movement, again, it's going to change our whole society, workplace, everything. There's a gentleman there yesterday that he owns his own company. He goes, you know what? I will never tell a girl, female, woman, whatever, you look nice today, or you look pretty. He goes, I feel like I can't even say that. And that's crazy. If you give somebody a compliment, there shouldn't be nothing wrong.
I think you look very handsome today, Greg.
I'm
honored to be sitting next to you.
You should be.
Cheers.
One of the best things ever in South Florida. I say it every week. Now, I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but it is. You are a great friend, and I count on you all the time. You got 3,000? Murphy Brown came back last night, and I told Ryan, he was, Murphy Brown? Gettysburg? It was pretty funny because they were teaching her how to tweet. Like, she pulled out her phone because they got the show, and she had like a flip phone. The guy goes, what the hell is that?
Like a Motorola flip.
Yeah. And then she tweeted that. Now, I don't know if it was true or not, but in the show, and it might have been true, that she said she dated Trump one time for a date. And then she wrote like on Twitter, like, I dated Donald Trump one time. He made me pay for half a dinner. And then they showed like Trump supposedly tweeting her back, but her son was involved. It was pretty funny though. But to see an old kid, and they're doing that a lot. Will and Grace came back.
Right.
Magnum PI.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Is it back or is it just coming attractions?
No, it's back.
Oh, it's back.
Yeah, but it's a whole new crew.
I've been traveling.
Like
I haven't wa- you know me, I
Will and
haven't
Grace
watched
is
TV.
different. They and Murphy Brown, they brought back the original people.
Right now,
is-
when Will and Grace came back, they opened the comeback show with like a very, very
Political.
political.
And then
Did they
went
do the same thing
no,
with
they
Murphy Brown?
Yeah, a little. They did Trump and everything, but they went away. Like Will and Grace went away. I think the thing with that show too is it's not as big as a deal as it was 10 years ago, 11 years to be gay.
Well, right, because same-sex stuff is all much more mainstream.
Yeah,
today
so it's
than-
not as big.
right.
So I think they had to come up. But I thought
Right.
Murphy Brown was funny, and she I like her lines.
I like the show. How does she look?
She looks okay. I mean,
Yeah?
she, you know,
For a
I mean,
70-something-year-old woman.
Yeah, I mean, she's God bless her. She was one of the
Yeah.
most attractive women in the world. I mean, Candace Berger, she was a model,
very pretty,
Vogue,
very
everything.
pretty, yeah.
But I thought it was fun. Again, it's the writers, and again, we don't have writers because we're that good.
But the crazy thing is that the writers, right? The writers that were writing for that show when it was Murphy Brown 20-something years ago.
Yeah.
Those writers are long gone. The
Yeah.
people that are writing the show now, they're
yeah,
like
yeah.
they're like 23-year-old millennial kids
Yeah,
who
yeah.
don't even understand
What's going on.
The genre
Yeah.
and the subject matter and.
Well, I'm sure they're well.
But they did a
prepped.
good job? I didn't see it.
I thought it was good. Again,
right, good.
she comes back. She's got a. The theme is she's coming back. She's got a new show on cable, and her son is now like 25 years. He comes back to watch, and he's got a show at the same time as her. So they're competing, the Brown
Oh,
versus
okay.
Brown. But I thought it was something different. Now this weekend, you're going up to Jacksonville. The kid's always flying.
Tomorrow
He's like
morning.
in sync. He's in the city every day. Beyonce, Jay-Z. Now, what's going to happen with your Jets? And what happened 2 weeks ago? They said they weren't ready for the Browns. I don't understand that. You're a pro team. You got a guy who comes in. How can you not stop him? Why didn't they blitz him? But that's
All right.
behind this.
All right, so Your Honor, one question at a time.
This is for yesterday.
Invoking yesterday. All right.
Invoking
7:30 tomorrow morning, I'm on a flight to Jacksonville. And I'm going up, and now my boy, when I tell you my boy, Chance, my man, lives up in Jacksonville.
What's he do?
Chance is, he does stuff.
Okay. Hey, Chance, call me. I need some aluminum siding.
He owns some commercial real estate. He was in the food truck. He was in the food truck business when food trucks were crazy popular. And then he sold the food trucks to some other guys, and he bought like a commissary warehouse.
Yeah.
And he shifted into the, like the real estate side of the food truck business,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is interesting. He's very, very smart. He's a bright kid. So when we were growing up in Jersey, and he's one of my oldest friends in the world, and we
Shout out
played
to
ball
Jersey.
together, and we and Jay. So
Bruce.
Bruce. No, when we were growing up together, he was always a Dolphin fan, and
Yeah.
I never understood. I was like, "Why are you a Dolphin fan?" And his dad was very, very good friends with Jim Kick and Larry Zonka.
Oh, wow.
Like Jim's son Dallas.
There was a connection.
So, big connection, and he was a diehard Dolphin fan. So he and I, for close to 40 years, have
Bitched
been
about it.
fighting
Yeah.
about Jets Dolphins.
Yeah.
So now he lives in Jacksonville. Has been up there for a while. And I said to him, I'm gonna get the whole crew together. We're coming up to Jacksonville for
That's
the Jet
cool.
game. So we got some people flying in from Jersey.
Oh, really?
And yeah. So
now
I'm
you
flying
going up solo? Or you
I'm
bringing-
going up solo.
Oh, okay, but you're meeting people.
I'm flying up tomorrow morning, 7:30. We're gonna hang out and bust each other.
You got to send me a picture from the game.
Oh, I will.
So the Jets have any chance?
All right. So
Probably
here's
not.
the deal. I think they're 7 right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Typical Jersey guy. Jets have a chance. They're getting 7.
I told Chance, I said, give me 14. So
Well-
give me 14 so I feel like a winner until the final score of 38-10,
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
I think they're going to get blown out.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
I don't think.
Our over's not looking good.
No.
If we can pull this game out, though, it's huge.
Well, the crazy thing, so the universe,
the way the NFL has been crazy.
The universe is spinning the wrong direction this year, right? The
yeah.
Dolphins are 3-0. The Patriots look like the Browns. The Browns look like the Patriots. The Jets have won a game they were supposed to lose and lost 2 games they were supposed
Well,
to
the
win.
Browns, let's not give them credit. They won 1 game.
Baker Mayfield looks legit.
Yeah. Well, we'll
let's
see.
Now, let me ask you
He's
a
got
question.
different defense
Is
this week.
Tyrod playing? Is he starting this week or is Baker? Who's starting?
Baker Mayfield. Tyrod's out. He's still in concussion protocol, and he's got a problem with his back.
Well, I thought it was knee.
His back.
Whatever.
He's
so
out.
it doesn't matter. They're faking an injury for this guy because
Yeah.
Baker's the future of the team.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll see now, though.
What's the
because
line on the Browns game this week?
The Browns are getting 3.
I'm taking it.
The Browns?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Raiders. I beat it.
Yeah.
I think you're up with the
All right. 100? All right.
Yeah. You saw it right here. There it is. He's bet me $100. If I don't get paid, this is going to I'll bring it to
If
court.
I lose, I got to pay $100. If he loses, he has to pay $110. So that's fine.
That's awesome. Your Honor.
All
Now,
right, so
the NFL.
I got the Browns plus 3. All right, good.
2.5. I love him.
3.1.
What's a half a point, my friends?
That's half a point.
A wise guy said to me one time, what's a half a point between boys? Green? Come on, I love you, kid. See you Friday. The rookies are really making the NFL go up in merchandise.
Yeah.
Barkley, Baker Mayfield. NFL showed big numbers in the last couple weeks because kids are out buying the jerseys, doing what they got to do. Now, the Giants responded last week. They got to win. The NFL is up and down. It is a little crazy. Canes won last night, big game. They changed. They went to the rookie freshman quarterback, Perry. Their defense was unbelievable. They scored 21 points. But I'll tell you, there was a team last night I watched, and they were the favorite to go to the Super Bowl. And I don't know if anybody's going to beat the Rams. That team is an all-star team. They spent the most money. They spent like $250 million. And I got to tell you, I've said this so many times to people. I say it in work every day. This is basically, they've added some guys this year, but last year they were good. Jeff Fisher was the coach, and they were floundering. They get this new kid, McKay, come in, 32 years old, youngest coach. He just ignited them. And again, they got some guys. I'm not saying they didn't, but the right person leading anything changes it.
Absolutely. I mean, you remember when Gruden? Now, Gruden's not a young man anymore, but when Gruden came in as a coach in Tampa Bay, and it was like Dick Vermeil and all these other guys were walking
Tony
around.
Dungy was there for years.
Well, but what I'm saying is that when Gruden came in, he was the young guy.
Yeah.
Right. And they all said that how can someone without he has no life experience. He's too close in age to the players. He's a players coach, and I agree. I mean, I think that the younger coaches it's a generation of guys that are going out there in the field mixing it up with players.
I don't think the age matters or not because there's examples. Madden is a coach for the Cubs. He's 70 years old. If you connect with people and find out what's important to a person, which most people do not. They just look at the guys who take their time to know
connect with people
and connect. And
listen, these guys are kids that need father figures.
Yeah.
And it's not that they don't have fathers.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Yeah.
But they spend so much time away from their family because of the business that they're in that they really need a father figure. And you talk and you hear about and you even see like in Hard Knocks and stuff where these kids spend time with the coaches and the coaches really act paternal.
Everybody wants to be acknowledged.
Not paternal.
Yeah, my dad always said it to me. He goes, people always want to be acknowledged. They want to be thanked.
Yeah.
And you know what? You look good today.
Yeah.
He said, you look good today.
Thanks,
It's a great podcast. Don't forget, we are sponsored by Braman Motor Cars, Jupiter, and West Palm Beach. It's a great experience every time you get a car from Braman. Make that the next stop for you to get your luxury car. It's Ryan, it's Greek. We'll be back. We're taking a little break. And we got Bruno Mars in the building. Can you believe it? I kid you not. Peace.
I'm Jillian, and this is my BMW M235, and I got it here at Braman BMW of Jupiter. Braman is really close to home, and everyone is so friendly here.
Hi, Jillian.
Hi. My mom wanted me to get a safe car, and Braman Service Department has me in and out fast. Plus, because of Club Braman, I get to race here on a real track. Sorry, Mom.
Fall into exceptional BMW savings. Get world-class Club Braman benefits and best price. Go to whybraman.com, West Palm Beach and Jupiter.
It's a Greek podcast. We're back. Me and my boy Ryan. New York Prime, of course, come by here any night for any reason. Just to hang out with friends, family, your girl, your wife, anniversary, which I'm having this week. I can't believe it.
Hey, happy anniversary.
Thanks a lot, buddy.
It was a year ago today, a year ago this week here. Right?
I got a check from one of my good buddies in New Jersey. He said to me, I don't believe you're going to get married. I don't believe it'll last, so you're going to wait a year to get your check. So he mailed me the check this week. Hats off to my boy. He did what he did. He owed me a little side money. He goes, now I'm going to teach you about marriage. You're always going to lie. I don't care what you say. So the gift's higher than what you amount.
That you expected.
Yeah, he goes, and it's a weird number. It was like 1673. I'm like, really? Now, we got a big question I wanted to ask you because a couple of my friends had an over-under on what I would make for the wedding. Now, a couple of people are bitching. Now, does this gift affect the total? It's within the year.
It's within the appropriate time frame of gift giving.
Yeah, that's right. It's within
You had a
the
buddy of
year.
yours give you $1,673 for a gift? That's a good buddy. was like 11.
He owed me
I was going to say it was 1173, but a bet that he lost.
He owed me $16.50.
You know, it's funny. Like it's my wife and I have this conversation. You know, not all the time, but because one of our kids is 14, and last year she was 13. And there was a lot of parties. It was what's the appropriate gift?
Yeah.
You know, and is it based on what that person gave you the previous year? And it's such an uncomfortable. I mean,
well, first of all, there's expectations of people. Like somebody like you walks in, you gave $50. When you walk out, they're destroying you. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
I would never give $50 to anybody.
No,
just
he
so
was
you
at
know.
my wedding strong. Came in strong.
Solid.
Strong. Prime Cigar represented. I got to tell you, my God, we crushed it. And a lot of the guys came solo. I mean, they were very generous, beyond belief. I was in shock. But to me, it's this way. Any wedding I go to, if it's just a regular wedding by myself, and I also look at where the place is.
Right. I mean, if it's a high-end place, you got to figure that it's costing them $250 a head minimum.
Oh yeah,
minimum.
I went to a wedding at Harry Cipriani's in New York.
Oh yeah.
And my buddy told me 37 times before the wedding, $300 a plate, G-man.
Right.
I mean, so what am I going to do? Walk in with 200?
We were at a wedding. We were at a wedding one time, and it was a Prime Cigar related wedding. And I'm not going to say names, but everyone who's watching this that knows Prime knows this. So the guy is friendly with lots of guys at Prime Cigars. So he has the wedding over here in Boca somewhere. It was a nice black tie wedding, and 37 of the people at the wedding were from Prime Cigar.
Yeah.
So we're all out in the courtyard smoking cigars. And he comes walking out and he goes, "I didn't pay $325 a plate for you schmucks. Get inside and dance." And it's like 37 fat guys like, dance. So we walk out.
Start moving around. I go by the place, who it is, my friendship with the person.
Yeah.
I mean, you do what you got to do. I mean, that's just it. And a gift's a gift. That's the other thing.
That's right. Now, I do like when people, and you and I were old enough now that we have some friends of ours that are, let's just say, independently wealthy. And the gifts don't matter.
No, they want you there.
They say no gifts.
That's right.
I actually like when someone says, no gifts. If you want to give something, make a donation to this charity or something like that. And one day I'll do that.
Yeah.
But right now, if I got a party, you bring
You're
me a gift.
The charity thing, I don't know
Bring me a
about.
gift, boys.
Maybe after football season. Maybe a Penn State cover Saturday night over Ohio State.
See the guy at the door.
I'm sorry. The charity stops right here.
Absolutely.
So you were on Wall Street for years. You've done many things. And again, been successful at everything. I don't know how, but he has been. What's going on with Musk and his company and the things he says? And a couple weeks ago, he had a podcast and he was smoking pot.
With Joe Rogan,
Yeah. And now I still don't think our society, again, you can't look at, this is what I try to tell people, where you are. Because we're all creatures of, we go in our little nucleus.
Yeah, and we think that the world, we think that we represent the world, and that's not the case at all.
I never forget, we had dinner at Rusty Stops years ago. My father was with us with 3 of my friends. And they're all gamblers hanging out. And he goes, "Guys, I hate to tell you this." He goes, "And my son's number 1. You're not normal. People don't do what you do."
No, it's true.
He goes, "You don't go to Barney's in the afternoon and buy a jacket for $1,200. Right. I go, "What do you think? Wear it to dinner and toss it and bet games." He goes, "That's not society and that's not life." And for me, when he did that, and it did take a dip with the stock, a lot of people are still not cool with marijuana.
Look, I mean, like you said, we live in this microcosm of non-reality.
Yeah.
I mean, you drive, forget about even in the state of Florida, but you drive, 10 hours in a concentric circle out of the state of Florida, and even within the state of Florida, go up to Lake Wales. I mean, and it's not that they're bad communities, and it's not that they're not wealthy, and it's not that you got big farm money.
Different worlds.
People want to go have a steak. They go to Denny's.
Yep.
They go to Outback. They go to Phil's, restaurant. And they grab a steak. They don't go to New York Prime.
Oh, I went to the Super Bowl years ago in Jacksonville. A guy had 2 tickets for the Super Bowl and 2 tickets for Elvis. I said, "Is Elvis gone?"
He's back in the building.
So what's going to go on with him?
I think what he did was completely wrong, and like you said, I spent 20 years on Wall Street. I know the rules. I know what. And the fact of the matter is the guy came out publicly when the stock was $265, $270 a share, came out publicly and said, "I'm buying the stock back for $420." Now I think it was a joke. $420.
Yeah.
$420 is the whole marijuana thing.
Of course.
Right? So I think he was kind of making a joke.
Tongue in cheek.
But you don't put on Twitter. Pete, that's the other thing is that
social media.
You can't put on social media things that your attorneys don't put things for public companies on social media that aren't vetted by your attorneys.
Well, even last night.
Because the Securities and Exchange Commission is going to go after you.
No matter what it is. I always tell people, social media, Twitter. There was a gentleman last night, I can't think of his name, for CNN, had a comment about the hearings. He got fired. for his comment. I mean, again, you have to
on Twitter or social media.
Yeah, he had a comment. They fired him. And you have to be careful. That's you. You're representing. You know, you got to watch everything you do, where you're at, where you go. But don't give them, my dad, another one. They shoot you every day. Don't give them bullets.
Yeah.
But I think that a guy like Musk, he's so big, he don't care.
Well, I mean, listen, that's like saying, you know, how many times in history have we seen John DeLoreans and Paul Guezzes and
go down.
Go down.
Yeah.
You're talking about kings of industries.
Oh yeah,
right?
it happens.
I mean, I don't know if you guys even remember, but you know, the Gene fortune, right? The Gene empire. Guess.
Yeah.
The guy who started it was flying around on jets, you know, in the 80s. My dad knew him. I mean, I spoke to him a couple weeks ago, and when your lifestyle is $3 or $4 million a month, it goes pretty quickly. So look, as it relates to Elon, first of all, he's got the Boring Company, he's got the tunnel company, he's got SpaceX, he's got, or not SpaceX, but the SpaceX. I was thinking Virgin Galactic. But no, I don't. First of all, I don't think he should be running a Tesla at this point. If it's going to go from a technology company and an evolution of new product segment for the for consumers, you have to now hand those reins off anyway.
But guys like that don't do that.
Oh, he's stepping down.
Is he?
He's being forced out. He absolutely is gone. I mean, I bet.
But he's being forced out.
Oh, he's being forced out.
It's like you tell Jerry Jones,
the SEC
you
is saying
can't
you
call
are
the
now
play 3-1 at the
exactly.
Jerry Jones is calling it.
Right.
You want to get paid, boy? You're running it.
Right.
Basketball's back. We're excited about that. I hope the Heat get Jimmy
LBJ.
Butler. LeBron James in LA, that is huge. And they had more reporters for the Lakers than the Warriors, which is crazy. Everyone wants to see how LeBron does, how the Lakers do. Over-under is 49. I don't know. LeBron usually adds about 12, 13 games to the stat of a team when they win his first year.
You got a haircut him for age or no? Is he still in his prime?
He's still the best to me. He's still it. I mean, I think guys like him, Brady, there's something about them. They condition themselves. He said one time in an article it takes him $1 million a year to keep his body where it's at. I believe it. I don't think LeBron puts anything in his body bad. I don't think he's drinking, does anything. His body's a temple 24 hours a day. I think he eats, sleeps, does it.
Listen, when you're 20% of the team, and he's more than 20%, I mean, he's more than 20%.
Now he's about 45%.
But, when you talk about Brady, Brady is 8% of the team.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you're talking about LeBron. LeBron could beat the other team just by being on the court.
It's also a different sport. Yeah. With Brady, though, I think the thing with him and as a quarterback.
He looked frustrated last week.
Of course. He doesn't show me a good loser, I'll show you a loser. Yeah. Steinbrenner. With Brady, though, I don't know if the percentage is whatever it is, you're saying 8%. I believe it's higher because the quarterback touches the ball every play.
Aaron Rodgers showed that 2 weeks ago when he went out for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
And the whole house of cards came tumbling down.
Oh, last year when he broke his shoulder, the Viking over was like 10.
Right.
And they were 4-1. Everybody was burning their tickets in October. And they were right. I mean, with a quarterback, it's a little different. Brady's just a different species. And also, when you always win, Brady, Belichick, people root for you to lose. That's when you reach the real plateau, even in your life. Again, less as my dad told me. He goes, as you get older, you will only be around people just like yourself, not your personality, same area, same thing, because it's too hard to defend.
They're jealous.
Yeah, and they're saying they're the Patriots. People hate the Patriots. They hate the Lakers.
I hate the Patriots.
Because they always beat the Dolphins.
No, I love when they beat the Dolphins. I hate because they beat the Jets. No, he knew what he was saying.
And how about the Dolphins? 3-0.
3-0.
If the Dolphins
win this week,
they're for real.
They're legit.
They're legit. Yeah, there's a guy in Vegas.
Sorry.
We love the Dolphins. If the Dolphins win this week, that's it. They're 4-0. And they will have a 3-game lead on the Patriots.
Right. And if you look at their schedule going down the stretch, I was like, they're playing they're playing, I think they play Cleveland, Buffalo. They play like goofy teams going down like the mid-stretch.
Yeah, it is
things
easy,
get tougher.
but I got to say, we just found this out the first month in the NFL. There's no gimmies.
No.
Because when you look at it, like last week, the Jaguars destroy the Patriots.
Yep.
And then they lose to the Titans with their backup quarterback, 9-6.
Right.
The last week,
it wasn't even a game.
No, it's like, are you kidding me? So you never know. Yeah. I mean, it looks good. I give them credit because the games, they might not be winning.
So the Jets and the Jags are both coming off losses that should have been easy W's.
Yeah. I think. Well, I don't know about easy for the Jets. They were in Cleveland. It was tough. Mayfield doesn't come in, they don't win.
For sure.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is that it was the first time that Cleveland was a favorite
ever
at home favorite in like 436 games or something like
they
that.
said since Kennedy was in office.
Right, exactly.
I mean, forget it with Jim Brown. Right. The only thing with the Jets that I do like is that they have the extra time.
Yes.
Now, sometimes it's rust, but sometimes it's good. So they had another 4 days off. They haven't played in 11 days.
Yeah.
I mean, they said they're going to come in with some. The thing with Donald, I think, again, I still didn't think they were ready for him, but it's done. I would have kept Bridgewater. But he just, and you see it in college, he hasn't learned to master. Now, Goff does it very well. The kid in Kansas City, Mahomes, he connects like with somebody. It seems like when he's back, he knows he's going to Anderson, no matter what happens. He doesn't have that vision.
Right,
to me
I mean,
yet.
you kind of.
He doesn't get the second, third look.
It's not like Danny used to go through a progression better than anybody.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so the best progression quarterbacks ever were probably Danny, Manning, and obviously
Brady.
Brady.
Brady's great. He
But
sits back there. Boom,
it's
boom,
unbelievable,
boom. Yeah.
right? And the crazy thing with Brady is that he knows where his slot, he knows where his check down guy is
All the time.
When he's looking this way, that eye that he's got behind his ear because he made a deal with the devil, and he's got an eye over here.
Yeah.
That
Well,
but-
Brady will look off the safety great. They show highlights where he gets back and he's looking right, and what's the name's going down the sideline, Gronk, and
He's
he
got
just
great
flips and
peripheral.
throws.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's the best. One of
I
the
think
best.
he can hear Gronk running though. That's also part of it.
Yeah. Gronk's brother came
Gronk's
out
the
this
man.
week, and I always wonder how these things play out, how they would play out in your family or my family. My brother's not like this, but Gronk's brother came out and said, "Oh, Gronk's not happy. He's pissed. He's not getting the ball." So then Gronk comes out 2 days later and says, "My brother's
an idiot."
Yeah, but there was a phone call.
absolutely.
And said,
What the hell's wrong
what
with
are
you?"
you doing? Then you got to
Right.
walk in, see Belichick. What are you doing? Why are you
Right.
talking? Your brother's talking. It's crazy with stuff like that.
Do you think Kraft and Belichick? Do you think Kraft is in Belichick's face the way that
No.
Johnson?
No, absolutely
You
not.
think Kraft is up in the office counting money and that's it?
I think the relationships that work, whether it was Johnny Carson, Ed McMahon, you with your partner, Kraft with Belichick, me in situations, everybody knows their role. And then the other thing is, the other person never wants the other role.
Right.
Most time, relationships, like I read GQ this weekend, Paul McCartney and Lennon, the problems they had.
Yeah.
They're very competitive.
Right.
Like he said, Lennon, McCartney said, and again, this is yours, it's his side. McCartney goes, I would hit. He goes, John wouldn't even say, good job. He's right in the corner. When the roles are there, and I think that role has been established with Kraft, that you're the coach.
Right.
I run the team. I got the office. I got the business side. I'll take care of sponsors. You do that. I think that's when it works. I think when things don't work is when one person looks at the other person and says, I can do it better. I could do this. And it could be a radio show.
But Jones won Super Bowls while he was micromanaging.
Yeah, Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
And when he first came
When I
in,
said Jones, I meant Jimmy
when
Johnson,
he
yeah.
first came in, Jimmy Jones didn't have what
Right.
he had now. Like he was like, I just bought the team, I'm excited.
Right.
He lost a couple of years, brought in Jimmy. No, they haven't won since Jimmy Johnson left.
Right.
And I'm not against him. He's a great businessman. They're worth $5 billion. Forbes again. Every year the team goes up.
And then some.
And they don't win. So
Right.
it's amazing.
They get
He's
one
done that.
TV in the middle of the stadium. It's $1 billion.
Forget about
It's
it.
ridiculous.
He's got that TV in his backyard. That's where they got it from. It's Greek. It's my boy Ryan. It is the Greek Podcast. We're at New York Prime. Stop by here anytime. Real Radio, Rover in the Morning, Penthouse, Love Docs, home of the Gators, Chop Chop, NFL Network, all sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka. And without sponsors, that's like gas in your car. We don't have it. We are sponsored by Brayman Motor Cars, Jupiter, and West Palm Beach. Great place, great experience all the time. See you next week. Might have a special Monday night show outside on a balcony, smoking cigars and watching the Chiefs. Good luck in Jacksonville.
Thank you, brother.
Love
Appreciate
you
it.
guys. Peace.